I would like to talk about another section of Secretary Cansler's presentation to the Joint Health and Human Services Appropriations Subcommittee. He spoke towards the end of his presentation about stakeholder and consumer input into the services and the service design of the waivers. I'd like to address specifically the North Carolina Innovations Waiver. That is the CAP MRDD waiver. That's the BC Managed Care Waiver Innovations. So I looked at the waiver and I was quite surprised to see that there is a policy and service limits that defines payment to family members and legal guardians of adults who receive services. And the North Carolina Innovations Waiver contains a 40-hour limit. Secretary Cansler is very, very familiar with the policy that was put forth in 2006 for the CAP MRDD waiver that limited family members of adults and legal guardians to 40 hours worth of paid supports. And we fought and managed to get that changed to a 50-hour rule, and even then some of us were granted an exception to that rule. And we were told the reason for that was because we were, well, first of all, we were told it was because 40 hours is a normal work week. And then we were told, oh, well, there were people who were concerned about the quality of service after 40 hours. And I questioned, well, how could you be concerned about family members providing this service if you aren't concerned with your AFL providers? Alternative family homes have one adult with a developmental disability, and they're paid for 24 hours worth of care, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, year after year after year, but they weren't held to the 40-hour rule. Anyway, so when our new waiver came out in 2008, suddenly families now were given this service definition called home supports, where now we were required to work all 24. We couldn't split our hours with inside staff and outside staff, unrelated staff, related staff. So this whole idea has resurfaced in the Innovations Waiver with the 40-hour rule. I find it impossible to believe that the people in Piedmont, the people on the Innovations Waiver in those 5 counties, participated in designing a service that limited them to 40 hours. I would love to see an explanation of that.